Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video, we will learn about platform player movement using keyboard arrow key like the way you are seeing in the screen. So let's start with the new Unity project. Set the target platform as Android and set the target resolution. Now perform settings related to 2D camera. In this, let's set camera orthographic size to 5.4 because our target resolution height is 1080 pixels. Another, set far clipping planes value to 100. Next, import textures related to environment creation and set their properties. We are building environment using imported textures and set their position as per our requirements. We need two different sorting layers, background and foreground, to organize different sprites within the environment. For the platform object, we require to attach a box collider so it can interact with other physical objects. We are creating a physics material to define a bounciness and friction of the platform object. Now let's move ahead towards a player creation. Import sprite sheets, one for player idle and another for running animation. Next, we require to extract each frame image from the sprite sheet using Sprite Editor. After this, each frame becomes independent from the sprite sheet. And the same process we will do for the run animation sprite sheet. So now we are ready to create a sprite animation using these frames. Drag one idle frame to hierarchy and start creating actual platform player. We will set sorting order layer to foreground and set the tag to player. Now we will add a capsule collider and set its values to get fit properly as per our player size. Then add a rigidbody 2D component and set collision detection mode to continuous, gravity scale to 3, interpolation value to interpolate, and freeze the rotation for Z-axis. Last, create a physics material and assign it to player's collider and rigidbody components. Now let's play and check the player's physical behavior. And you can see it started standing on the platform. Now move ahead for the player animation creation, and for this we required animator assets and assign it to animator component. Within this player animator, we will first create a player idle animation by dragging all frames within the animation window. We require to adjust different sample speed to reach at target satisfaction level. and then the same process we will repeat for the player run animation. Now we have two states ready for both animations in the Animator window. Let's understand our animation setup. By default, our idle animation will play and we need a condition based transition to switch from one state to another. We will create a speed parameter for this purpose. If the speed value is greater than 0.1, then player will switch to walk or run animation. If the speed value is less than 0.1, then player switch back to idle state or animation. Now let's implement the same concept within our project. Here we have created a speed parameter for transition condition. Define a transition condition as speed is greater than 0.1 and we don't want any exit time animation wait, so uncheck it and set transition duration to 0. And the reverse condition for the running to idle state transition. Define a transition condition as speed is less than 0.1 and again we don't want any exit time wait and set transition duration to 0. Let's run and check. By default, its idle state animation is running. Now move ahead for the actual coding part for the player movement. Create empty await and update methods. Then define horizontal movement variable to store input for keyboard key press events using Input.GetAxis statement. From the input section, we will get left and right key press mapping name horizontal from it. And the same we will paste within Input.GetAxis. Next, we will define two variables, one for the movement speed and other for the adding smoothness during lerping. Now we will access our rigidbody 2D component within the script. Next, we will create a next velocity vector2 variable to store next player movement velocity that we got from keyboard key press events. We will not change rigid body's y velocity, so directly applied same values back. Then apply a new velocity to the player rigid body through lerping, so it will take a motion smoothly. Let's set the values for both the variables of player movement script in the inspector and press the play button. Now your platform player started moving physically on the platform. Now it's time for the player animation. Get access for the animation component within the script. Based on user input, we require to change platform player's animation state from idle to run and vice versa. We will continuously provide value to Animator's speed parameter we have created earlier. Also, Input.GetAxis horizontal will return a value from -1 to 1, but our animation condition can only work with 0 to 1 range. So, we require to absolute the value before submitting to the animator. Okay, now our player started moving physically with its animation too. Still, one issue exists. It is not turning left when you are moving him on the left side. We require to flip the platform player when a game player press a left arrow key. So let's do this now. By default, we have a right looking platform player sprite, so we create a face right boolean variable with a value set to true. So within update method, we will check if horizontal movement variable value greater than 0 and player has not facing right, then flip it. By this, we are flipping or setting our platform player's face towards right side. And for the reverse, we will check if horizontal movement value less than 0 and player looking on right, then flip it. By this, we are setting our platform player's face towards left side. The same flip method we will use in the both cases. First, we will negate the value of boolean variable face right because now we are changing player's face. Second, we will change a value of player's X scale to flip on the both sides left and right. For this reason, we will multiply the local x value to -1. Now all things complete, so let's run and check the output. Congratulations, now player started moving properly on the both directions and playing both implemented idle and run animations. I hope you have learned something from this tutorial, so don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe the YouTube channel for all upcoming videos. If you have any questions related to this topic, then you can ask me in the comment section. I will reply back as early as possible. And all reference documents links I have posted in the description to understand the concept more clearly. And thank you for watching this video.